Hello everybody! Welcome back to Cheap Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Yeah, some of my pigeons, well, I call them my pigeons because they seem to hang around here an awful lot. But they don't belong to anybody. They just some wild pigeons that come along here to clean up any scraps that are left on the ground by the dogs. And when I clean out the chicken coop, I sweep out the bottom of their coop, I just throw all that stuff out on the ground down by my mulberry tree, and then all the pigeons go over there and they pick at every little grain that's left behind. So, what you doing there, doggy daddy? Yeah, you looking like you're the king of the world, aren't you? That's it. Take a rest. Lay down right there. Good boy. You're a smart dog. All right. So, let's see. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving Eve, if you will. And I've got to do a video. So, I'm out here getting ready to do it. Already been to town, checked mail. Thank you, Sherry, for the dog food and the rice. Came in perfect time. I just ran out of that, and the dogs were wondering why they didn't get rice in their breakfast this morning, but I didn't have any left. I used the last cup of it, a cup and a half, for supper last night. So anyway, I've got to show you something that I just saw on the internet. And I couldn't figure out how to attach it to a video. So, because it was an ad. So what I'm going to do is tell you about it. You remember Bigfoot, 12.8 volts, 628 amp hours. Well, I just saw, I didn't soar, S-O-R-E, or S-O-A-R, whichever soar you want. But I saw an ad showing that somebody took 4 of those, connected them in series, and made a 48 volt 4 times 628 amp hours for over 8,000 watt hours, and connected it up to their 48 volt system for their off-grid system. Now, I wish I'd have thought of that. That's amazing. And to top it all off, I'm doing the special for WattCycle this week, and the giveaway on Friday at 2 p.m. on a live show. And I didn't know that you could hook those up in series, and you'd have a 300 amp BMS with each one of the 4, but you got 4 times 628, 24. 96. Yeah, so that's a lot of amp hours. So anyway, yeah, I was struggling with that math because I had something else going through my head at the same time. But anyway, outstanding battery bank, and they had them stacked one on top of each other. So they had them standing straight up and down that way with 4 in a stack. And they put them on one of those little furniture dollies so they can move it around if they had to. That was a pretty darn good idea. So any of you out there thinking about off-grid, and you want a real powerhouse to power your off-grid setup, that might be the way you want to go. Because there's going to be 8,038 watt hours in one battery. So let's see, in series you add you're going to add the voltage, so you're going to get 48 volts or 52 volts, and then the 628 amp hours stays the same. So it would be 8,038 watt hours. So you'd have over 8,000 watt hours to run your 48 volt system. And that's a lot of power. I'd love to have a system like that. Heck, I could quit using propane altogether and put an electric stove in, which I always swore I would never use. When I went to chef school, the chef hated electric stoves. He kicked one person out of the class for asking how to flambe something on an electric stove. Funny stuff. Anyway, what a great deal, right? And to top it all off, for Black Friday, they've got the WattCycle. When I say they, WattCycle has a special on these batteries. The lowest price of the year. Not only these batteries, but every battery that they sell. They're all on sale for Black Friday. Great deals out there, everybody. So even though you're trying to win a battery on my channel this Friday, and I do have to say, I did double and triple check on it. It is only for the contiguous United States, the 48 lower states, because, of course, it's hard to ship these things elsewhere. So anyway, and Black Friday is a U.S. thing. So this battery is outstandingly priced low. I think it's only like $6.99. That's cheap for 8,000 watt hours. So you might want to think about that and go over there, look in the description of this channel, and you will see a link there, and that link will also give you an added discount if you wanted to buy 4 of these things and set up your 48 volts off-grid system in an outstanding, strong setup. And I'll also put a link down there for the Sungoldpower all-in-one inverters. They are a great companion going with WattCycle batteries. So there you go. Let's see, where am I here? I'm at 14.6 volts and absorbing. Yes. It's one solar panel bringing that power in to here. And all it usually runs is just that one pump. My batteries for my... Let me turn this fan on, please. Not that I need to cool anything, but it helps use a little bit of the excess electricity I'm making for with that one big solar panel out there for this one battery that's running just that and this and that light. So when I want to use a little electricity, I turn on this light and this fan and let them run all day long, just to keep the thing from going into overcharge mode, because that did happen once or twice. But these little things seem to help with that. All right. So don't forget, look in the description. You'll see some links there. Go to Sungoldpower and check out the all-in-one inverters. Split phase inverters are great for off-grid because you can have 120 volts going to each one of the 2 legs of your main panel. So you have a split phase, or 120 on one leg, 120 on the other leg, which gives you the option of running 240 volt items. So if you decide to put in a full-size 240 volt air conditioner with the outside compressor and all of that, you have 240 volts available. You'll just need to make sure you have enough amps to run that. So having those Bigfoot batteries, having 4 of those, might be a great option. And I'm still researching. I'll let you know how my research goes. I'm still researching possibly using different strings of batteries going to bus bars and powering that way. And I might end up having to put a diode in line off of each battery bank so that it doesn't backfeed from one battery bank to the other battery bank. They all just charge in one direction. So I'm going to look into that and maybe experiment with it. And I'll get with the WattCycle techs and my WattCycle rep and see if they want to mess with that experiment also. And it might just increase sales for them, right? As if you could put in, like, say 24 of those big batteries right there, heck, you could run a commercial building off grid if you had to. So my ladder's still up there, my solar panel is still up there. Not going to get much done today and tomorrow because I've got all these videos to do. But I want to thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget, you get to add a comment for each one of the videos that I mention WattCycle batteries in. And that will give you, today and tomorrow are the last 2 chances to get entries in for the drawing on Friday. And you have to be present at the live drawing starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. I mean, 2 p.m. Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to be pretty busy doing cooking. I'm going to be slow roast smoking a turkey for myself, and of course the dogs get the leftovers. But yeah, I'll be doing it on the Weber kettle with charcoal and seasoned woods. So that'll be another thing I have to do tomorrow. Thank you all for joining me. Questions and comments below. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And remember, you've got to be subscribed to be eligible to win a battery. If you're not subscribed, I will check on my subscription list. I will check your name and your moniker, or whatever you want to call it for YouTube, see if you are subscribed. And if you're not, you're automatically disqualified. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is G-Bear signing off.